I never drive faster than I can see. Besides that, it's all in the reflexes.
Bye, Mr. Putin.
They're back!
Coming to you nearly live from Beer to Whiskey's pop-up studios on the taproom floor of Greenville Beer Exchange, or GBX as we sometimes call it, on South Lawrence Street in terrific, dynamic downtown Greenville, South Carolina. I'm Russ Heaps, and welcome to this episode of Old Men and Old Movies, or as we like to call it, OM Squared. That's that's where we drink some stuff and we talk about movies. And in this case, we're drinking a beer that my good buddy here, Big John Richards, our resident certified Cicerone, picked out of the store of GBX that has hundreds of cans and bottles of things. They've also got 22 taps in their tap room. But he picked this out, and we're going to talk a little bit about it, and we're going to talk movies. So, Big John?
One of my favorite things I do is pair beer with food, which is how this all came about. Pairing beer with movies just sounded like a fun divergence. It's what we do when we sit down together anyways. We start talking about old movies that we watched because we're old.
We're old, but you know, movies are a passion for both of us.
Indeed.
So,
fine arts.
I was wondering how much something like this went for. $130,000. Get the f out of here!
yes.
See? I took this kind of somewhat seriously as I can take anything in my life. And I've actually tried to accomplish this task. We did another movie earlier today. We've sat down and watched two movies together to make sure we were prepared to do this today.
You serious?
And obviously we're not.
It didn't really work out, but we're pushing forward anyway,
right. Because we've been flying by the seat of our pants since 2018. We found a new tagline today, so we're using it.
John came up with this today, and I thought that is brilliant.
So we're drinking this monster here, Russ, from Mason Ale Works, which is out of San Diego, California. And you'll notice it looks kind of like a Krylon can.
Yes.
And they call the beer Flat Black, which is magical.
Krylon being a spray paint.
Right, if you're not familiar. Not the bad guys in Battlestar Galactica.
Whoever the hell they were.
Those were Cylons.
Oh, Cylons, yeah. They were.
So I saw this on the shelf, and I've got a crutch. I actually did taste this.
Don't point that at me when you open it.
That's what she said.
Wow, this is going downhill rapidly.
So this is a big 14.5%.
Oh, come on!
14, it's a monster.
Oh, jeez.
I gotta look at the can again.
What is wrong with you?
Oh, lots. I'm going 14.5. 14.5. Look at me go. Russ will get all this in post. So we're talking about...
Oh, Russ will do it. Russ will handle it. We're just going to, fly down.
Look, I can only do so much as the talent.
Well, you did do the number one thing the talent does. You were late today. So
yes.
That was...
It's correct. That is correct.
What a diva. Go ahead.
So we watched Big Trouble in Little China together, and I told Russ at the time, like, I know I'd seen this movie before, and I think I'd seen it twice before, and it'd been so long that I couldn't remember even well enough the plot to describe it. So he's like, all right, we're watching this movie. So we did. And we got up at the end, and I said, wow, that movie is, I mean, just maybe not even a full step this side of an actual farce.
You know what old Jack Burton always says at a time like this?
Because it's wacky. That movie is zany. It's not farcical in its scope. It's not a farce, but it is a wacky movie. It is weird. Even the effects are good enough for today. I mean, I think the cinematography, we'll talk about that a little more.
The whole thing
really
holds
good.
up
It's
really well.
It's a fun movie, and there's some fun moments in it. It's far from being a comedy, but there's some fun moments in there. But it is wacky. And so I chose this beer because if you want to pair a beer with that movie, you need something to ground you. You need something to hold you down to the earth while
An
this
anchor.
thing throws you around.
Something to anchor you.
Right. So I chose a very well-structured, very big, very balanced anchor of a beer to hold you down. You should be able to pour this beer, this big 14.5%er, all by yourself. It should take you the whole 2 hours, and by the end of it, you should feel like you were held down by this beer, and it helped keep you together.
It's actually an hour and 40 minutes.
Okay. Well, actually,
I'm sorry. Did you just call me a liar?
No, I said you were fired.
Oh. That's much worse.
I just want to keep you honest.
thank you. I appreciate
2
that.
hours. No, it's an hour and
Right.
40 minutes.
Now we get to talk about the movie and drink the beer. So, Russ,
What?
You talking to me? You talking to me? You talking to me?
This is only the second one of these things that we've done. So you might want to go get something
We're,
to drink. That you don't want to watch this sober.
we're
what I'm saying.
100%. We're flying by the seat of our pants.
Again.
Again.
I have
Oh
owned.
shit, that beer's so good.
I-
Oh my goodness. Did you taste that yet? I'm sorry, Russ.
Didn't you tell me to talk?
I did.
Well, shut the.
Oh, blow it out your ass, Howard.
Holy cow! See what I'm dealing with, and then I have to straighten all this crap out in the editing suite.
Oh no, we're not going to straighten that out. This thing, I just tasted it and I was drawn right back in at how
Tastes
good
like
that beer
paint.
is. Tastes like paint.
Well,
Oh,
it's-
Krylon. Yeah,
See, I was
it
trying
doesn't.
to.
It doesn't.
No, wow.
That's-
That is
So
sort
they
of,
call it a
sort of molassy, mapley.
they call it a pastry stout with cocoa nibs and
Yeah.
vanilla
Oh,
bean.
wow.
Nope. Bonking stuff around. Goodness. Yeah, cocoa nibs and vanilla, aged in Willet rye barrels for 36 months.
Wow.
Yeah, there's
wow.
That beer, that is one of the best imperial stouts, and maybe very much the best pastry imperial stout
Wow.
I have ever had.
This is
It is insane.
this is one of those beers where you're going to go, that's plenty, right there, because it's
It's a sipper.
it's poignant,
I don't think it means what you think it means.
and it's sweet. It's on the sweet side, but it's big. Yeah, I wouldn't want to drink
It's
more
grounding.
than that.
It's supposed to make you sip it. It's supposed to make you take your time, and that's why I paired it with the movie.
Okay.
So now let's get back to the movie.
Okay. Jeez, am I going to get to talk now?
Maybe not.
I need a new sidekick.
You made me wait till we already had like 9 beers.
I did. I kept putting this off. And I said, I want to have a little more juice in my little steam in my boiler before we do this. Okay, so
To be fair, I've only had like 2 ounces of 9 beers.
so
I'm gonna try and interrupt Russ every time he starts.
talking to you is like trying to debate Donald Trump. Just shut the hell up. Let me say something.
Apparently, I can't.
Apparently not. All right, so I want to say I've loved this movie ever since I first saw it. I did not see it in the theater. It was released in 1986. Obviously, I was old enough to see it in the theater, but I did not see it in the theater. I didn't see it until it came on HBO or something. And I've owned a copy of this I had a VHS copy of this movie. That's how much I liked it. And that's back when you had to pay $70 for a VHS copy of something, for an actual store-bought thing. I've owned a copy of it since then. That's how much I liked it. I'm a Kurt Russell fan to begin with. I've never seen him in anything that I didn't enjoy watching him work. I don't know whether it was his first big movie. He'd been a child actor on TV. I immediately was drawn to it because of him. I've watched this thing 25 times. We watched it last night, and that was the second time I've watched it in a week. I think it holds up really well. There's almost no CGI. There's almost no any of that crap.
Yeah, the creatures are Muppets. I mean,
When it was released, the studio, and I don't remember what studio it was, but the studio thought it was going to be a huge, monumental hit. Huge, big. And it didn't. And it has gathered its fan base after the theater on VHS and on streaming and on Blu-ray.
effectively the definition of a cult classic.
Yeah, it's the Seven Samurai meet Abbott and Costello
Yeah.
meets Frankenstein.
Meet Silence of the Lambs.
Yeah,
Thank you, Clary. Thank you.
it is.
Because there's some of that stuff in there too.
And what I appreciate, there are two things I appreciate about it a lot. Number one is it is back when there was actually cinematography.
We talked about that during the movie.
Yeah, where there's actual depth and there's shadows and the lighting is, everybody doesn't have to be lit like they're a model.
Well, that's one of the hang-ups with CGI right now is that everything's flat, everything, because they're acting in front of a green screen, so everything behind it is just a rendering of what's actually there.
The lighting director actually earned his money.
Right.
The cinematographer actually earned his money, or her money. I'm thinking 1986. It was probably all hymns. And the other thing about it that grabbed me right from the very beginning, the first time I saw it, is it is non-stop action. You can't catch your breath. There is crazy stuff going on almost, once you get 7 or 8 minutes into it, it's just nuts.
I'm not even sure you make it that far.
Yeah.
I'm not even sure you make it through the opening credits before it starts getting wacky.
It is just, it's nonstop. I don't know how many Kung Fu Asians, and I mean Asians who actually
There's a lot of kung fu in
how
there.
to do this stuff. It's a lot of magic.
I mean, they start out, they lead with one of the guys involved in the story. He's sitting in front of the cops, and he says, and the cop, or his lawyer, I guess, he's sitting in front of his lawyer. His lawyer says, how am I supposed to believe? And the guy goes, because it's real. And he throws lightning between
and
his palms.
this is an encounter after all the action of the movies happen. But
You see it first.
Yeah, you see it first. Because it's very much a magical Chinese mythology
And
kind of thing.
it's weird, you know. I was watching that movie. I didn't bring this up. There's a couple things I haven't brought up that I'm going to talk about. One of them was I was like, how much of this would be looked at by a Chinese person as a cultural appropriation, or how much of this is real? And I don't have the answer for that. I don't know. There's, you know,
I have no clue.
all of the statues of the various iterations of Buddha, you know, and all of the the references to jade and all of the things that, you know, all of the costuming and the stuff that went into it and the concept of Chinese sorcery and the 3 storms and all that kind of, how much of that is real and how much of that is made up by someone who doesn't even know the culture well?
A quick synopsis of the
Because I thought what we
Uh-oh. No spoilers, Russ.
Yeah.
We did this last time.
Yeah, well,
I guess if it's 1986, the statute of limitations on spoilers is over.
I think so. But we're doing this because I would encourage you to watch it if you've never seen it, or even if you have seen it, to watch it again because it holds up seriously
It
well.
does.
The idea is this long-haul trucker, Jack Burton, played by Kurt Russell, makes delivery into Chinatown in San Francisco, into the market. and they're pulling hogs and things out
Little
of
China.
this-
It's Big Trouble
Yeah.
in Little China.
Yeah, and so he pulls in there. He's got a buddy he hangs out with when he goes there. They're playing some kind of domino thing.
They're
They're
gambling.
gambling. The guy winds up owing
Kurt Russell.
Kurt Russell's. Let me have another sip.
Have a sip, Russ.
Kurt Russell's character money, so Kurt Russell doesn't want to let him out of his sight. Well, this guy's got to go to the airport to pick up his girlfriend. Off they go to the airport together, and from there, lunacy
Yeah.
ensues.
Yeah, there's a dude trying to take over the world and appease the god that created him 2,000 years ago.
And this guy's girlfriend gets kidnapped by the bad guys.
They eventually kidnap the other girl.
And everybody's kidnapped, and they go after
it's
him.
madness.
One of the things I've always admired about Kurt Russell, and one of the reasons why I've always liked him, is because he's not afraid to make himself look silly.
Correct.
And he makes himself look silly throughout this film.
Boy, sure is raining cats and dogs.
I want to address the Kurt Russell thing while we're on it, because he is one of the actors. The other movie is another one of the actors that we did today, and I was like, neither one of these guys got the same bad rap that somebody like Keanu Reeves did, as just being the same dude. And Kurt Russell's always the same dude. He's just always Kurt Russell every time. I was watching that movie, I was like, trying to figure out what it is. And Kurt Russell just has this cadence that is his. And his
relaxed-
body language
this
and this
relaxed-
relaxed. Yeah, it's a fluid, slow moving cadence. That is the way he talks.
Yeah.
And it makes all of his characters kind of be the same.
Hey, are you the captain?
Yeah, Ron Rico. Call me Captain Ron, boss. Everybody does.
And at some point, I think it's just him being Kurt Russell, but some of it's voice and diction training, like Shatner. Kurt Russell has a very different, but similarly unique cadence to his voice that I think it's wonderful.
So the other thing about Big Trouble in Little China is it's a John Carpenter film. His career probably started maybe late 60s, early 70s. The golden years, what I would refer to as the golden years, were pretty much from 1976, that started out with Assault on Precinct 13. That was the first time that he caught my eye, all the way up until Big Trouble in Little China in 1986. So it's about a 10-year span, but in those 10 years, you've got Halloween, you've got The Fog, which is, I'm a big fan of that, Escape from New York, The Thing, Christine, a movie version of a Stephen King novel, Starman, and then Big Trouble in Little China. Just brilliant work, great cinematography. A lot of these movies, if he didn't write the entire music score, he was involved in it.
That was something I was surprised at as a music guy.
Yeah.
To see that I pulled this up, and I'm not a big John Carpenter guy. I know he's a huge seminal figure in Semina.
Have another sip.
Semina.
What are you saying? The sheriff is near.
But I'm not a big fan. And so when it popped up when we were watching the movie, I was like, whoa, music written by John Carpenter. And Russ said, yeah, he does all that. It's like, well,
Anything else? Because
I mean, we're well over the time that ThernPro should have started electrocuting us.
This is going to be about a 21, 22-minute episode.
So to bring it all back around full circle, all of that is why I told you to grab a beer that will anchor you to the earth while you watch this movie, because it is wackadoo.
Never seen it. It's worth a watch. It's on either Netflix or Prime, and it's free. So damn lucky. See you next time.